It's It's Nerdy Doll Girl again. Sometimes I cannot speak, which is quite often. So today's video, with the help of my sweet, beautiful Nevaeh, will be all about how to take care of your dolls and your doll props and outfits and eyes and stuff. So hopefully there's some really good, interesting ideas for you guys to think about. Or if you have some that I missed, please go ahead and put that down in the comments below. And I will say this spiel again at the end. So first of all, you have your beautiful new or handsome new baby, your new doll. And you want so much to make sure that you are taking proper care of them. Especially, I know a lot of people have commented about how they're fearful of, they've gone from maybe vinyl dolls or pull-ups, others. Again, I can't pronounce things. Or Blythes, or, all that sort of stuff. And they're afraid to go from that to something like a resin doll that is breakable. And I want to tell you guys, I completely understand. When I first got my first resin doll, I was really timid with holding it and playing with it. And, the reason I bought it, because I love dolls, but also because I wanted to take photos and make it really interesting photography. And so I kind of had to get over myself worrying about that, but it was hard. But when you get a resin doll, they are going to be different. You are going to feel it right away. Their weight tends to be, much more substantial than any vinyl dolls. Now, it also depends on the size of the doll. If you're getting a tiny resin doll like a Laddie, Pookie Fee, Pookie, Tiny Delph, all sorts of little ones like that, then it is obviously going to weigh less than even a vinyl doll that's bigger. But usually they still have some weight to them. And so it is scary to think about picking them up, but do it. Like, go ahead, pick them up, play with them. I do not wear white gloves when I play with my dolls because I want to play with my dolls. Now, if that is not something that you are comfortable or even want to do because it's not what you're getting the dolls for, then, that is okay too. You want to dress them and put them in a cabinet, or, whatever it is that makes you happy, that's more than fine. But if you are tentative about just playing with them, it's okay. Okay? Now, I have actually dropped, I don't know if I've dropped Nevaeh. Probably have dropped Nevaeh, and I know I've dropped Chloe, or Suki, my Fairyland Chloe. I have dropped her, and they're fine. Now, did I drop it from a really high place? No, but they've rolled off tables, off couches and stuff like that. Now, I don't recommend doing it on purpose because they can break. But just so you know that they're pretty, resilient. I have Tonner BJDs, and they're very little hands, and they are like their fingers are separated and stuff. And their hand, I've actually broken a couple fingers on at least 2 of those dolls. And I have, that really was hard, and I cried. But I was able to get replacements, or if I hadn't have done that, I could have glued them back together. But it was very upsetting. So it can happen, but for me, I don't want a doll unless I can actually spend time and play with it. So try and kind of understand that you will be okay. If you just play with it carefully, then you should be fine, and you don't need the white gloves. How do you protect the dolls when you're not playing with them? So I have a cabinet, like a dining room cabinet, in my doll room, which I'm sorry guys, I will do a tour of my doll room. Just right now, I have so much going on in my life that it is not up to my standards of clean that I am comfortable with, so I can't do it right now. Um, but I have a dining room cabinet, and I have all my dolls in there, and except for the ones back here, as you can see. Um, and it's in a room that has sunlight, but not directed on to that cabinet, because the way that dolls usually discolor is if you stick them in something like a cabinet, um, in a room with a window shining right on the cabinet, and you will find that your dolls will discolor. Um, Usually it's more pronounceable that I've seen in the white skin dolls, but and the normal skin dolls, not so much, I don't think, in the tan skin. But it's really important. You have to remember that sunlight can damage your dolls. So the first thing is have them in something that they are either out of the sunlight, or if you can't have a cabinet, a glass cabinet, if you just put them into a regular cabinet with a door on it, you can do that. They can be in bookshelves. The thing with putting them behind glass that I find is important is dust. They can get dusty, and that can damage clothes, and kind of, it's just not something that you want on your doll, because dust is hard to take off carefully, especially if it gets like on the face up and stuff. You really want to like avoid um, that. So that's one of the steps that I recommend, is to have them somewhere that's safe, that is not in direct sunlight, and preferably something that has glass in front of it, or another way to keep the dust out. Now, as I said, all of my Dolphy Dream, my Smart Doll, and my Ye Lowly dolls from Taobao, they sit right there every day now. And it's really kind of fun for me, because most of my other dolls are in the cabinet. And I really want to have those special little faces looking at me. So I have left them out there. Now, for me, that's okay, because they're vinyl and I play with them. Oh my goodness, I have the hiccups. Excuse me, burps. Oh my goodness. Please excuse me. Um, so I keep them out so I can see them. So again, like, that's fine. If that is what's going to make you happy, then do what makes you happy. Just understand that they can have more risk of sunlight damage and dust. So yeah, that's that. So how do I store my stuff? Well, I really like plastic containers. You can get them at the dollar store. You can get them at Michael's, Walmart, all the different stores you can get them at. And the ones that you want to look out for are ones that are big enough, first of all, that are going to give you the most room for what you need them for, that are secure, and just keeps the dust and stuff out of it. I actually was I let my daughter play with my Smart Doll because she really wants one, and she's working really hard to get one. And she was opening the case with my Dolphy Dream size clothes, and she freaked out because there was a spider. So it still does happen, but it does cut down the possibility of that happening. I have left the lid off that. I have, while I'm playing with it, and, these kind of things happen. But I do find that those are the best things to keep your stuff safe and organized. Now, I have a lot of little eyes that I've purchased. And you can see that I've put some of them in like a ring case. That's a really easy way for something, the little tiny ones. Whoa, there they go. Like these ones are, I think, 6mm. I think, yeah, I think they're 6mm eyes. So they're super tiny. So I keep them in these little ring boxes because that's just easier than, you know, having them in a giant case. And the other thing that I have used for them is these cute little Tupperware kind of a thing. And you can find these at the dollar store. I think they come in a little bag. And this is a cool way to keep your eyes all safe. And then I keep them all the little eyes, in this little box again from the dollar store. So that's a cool way to do little tiny eyes. The other thing that I have found when it's talking about tinies, I like to put, this was my Tupperware for my laddie yellow doll with her clothes. And I've sold all of her clothes now because I'm in the process of selling her, because I'm just really not into the small dolls as much as I used to be. So if you're interested, let me know. Sales pitch. So I kept all the clothes in here, and as you see now that it's being taken over by SD clothes, and shoes and stuff. I have all sorts of stuff in here. But when I was looking for something to keep all the little shoes and eyes, if they're big enough that they aren't too little, I went to the dollar store and I got this little case, and it's like a jewelry case, I think, or like not jewelry, findings case. And it's just really small and cute, and it kept all my little shoes all separate in little compartments. So that's really neat. And then for this, for my SD size dolls, especially my Delphi Dream and my Smart Doll, then I had the same sort of thing, but a little bit bigger, I think, or maybe it's just the same thing. But anyways, I put, so you see, I put all my eyes in there, and what I put is some bubble wrap, and so that they're sitting on something soft, so that they don't flip around and get scratched up. So that's another idea. I definitely love bubble wrap. Bubble wrap's good for everything. It's fun to play with. It's good for everything. So yeah, then this little bin, I can put all my shoes and stuff from my Dolphy Dream. And then lastly, what I'm going to show you is, if you've gone to Michael's before, they have the 12 by 12 scrapbooking box that you can put the scrapbooking paper in, and it's usually like $10, I think, but I quite often find that they're on sale. And if they're not on sale, just use your 40% off, 50% off coupon, because they're super like helpful. So as you can see here, that is what I have some of my MSD stuff in, and I actually have a couple of these cases with my MSD stuff in. So I'll put, so this one is like my shoes, my hats, my eyes, and then I have another one that is like dresses or pants or something like that, and they stack right on top of each other, and you can just like put them right into either like a bookcase or underneath a cabinet or anything to keep that kind of stuff organized and safe. So I think that's that about cases and the keeping your dolls out of direct sunlight. Now, I'm sure, I know that I've showed you guys this before, but I'm going to show it to you guys again. So for wigs, I keep my wigs also in plastic case, and I've gone and I've bought like the hair nets. I should have brought one up to show you, but I'm sure most people know what a hairnet is. I keep them in a hairnet, and I kind of just place them on top of each other in the plastic container. I've also seen people use like pegs that they stick the wigs on and kind of have like a little ball, like I don't know, like styrofoam or what have you. I don't like that because, again, dust. I don't like dust on my doll's stuff if I can avoid it. So yeah, I usually put it in there like that. But then if you want to have your hair nice and they've been kind of rolled up in the box there, then I recommend using a flat toothbrush like this. It's got some hair in it already. And you can just brush it, and it just makes it look all perfect. Again, of course, there's flyaways because I'm on camera. But it is really super easy, and again, it's the dollar store. The dollar store is like my best friend, and it's also very dangerous for me because I find so many cool things. I know you guys have heard me say that you can find props there and everything. So I think that is it. I have put some of my little wigs into the some cases from Home Depot and stuff that you put nails and stuff in. I've kept some of their wigs in like a big black one like that, and it has like the slots like these little things, but it's on a much bigger scale. So that's another option that you can do. You can also do that if you have like dolls that have removable hands. If you want to keep them nice and safe, then that is another way you can do it. Just make sure that if you put stuff into those sort of cases that it's either protected by bubble wrap or it's not something that you're going to be moving all over the place around where it could get damaged when it comes to their hands. I've used those cases for my jewelry that I have for my dolls. So yeah, those little cases are really helpful. I have also used Ziploc bags to put doll outfits in when they are even in the Tupperware too. If I want to keep them separated easier, like if you want to put the whole outfit, say you have a whole full set and you want to put it in that bin, but you don't want it mixed in with all the rest of your stuff because then you can't find everything. I mean, I know it happens to me a lot. Then I started using those Ziploc bags to kind of just, separate them so I knew where everything was. So that's what I have so far for in terms of how to keep things for your doll and how to keep your doll safe. Please, if there's anything that I've missed or if you have another question, please comment down below on my Facebook page that is linked down below also. I have asked people to say if there's anything that they're interested in me making a video on, and I would definitely like to do that and make some videos that you guys like because it's super important and I can't think of everything. So it's good to have you guys kind of giving me some feedback. I know that people have asked me if I will do tutorials for some of the things that I do, and I definitely want to do some. Right now all I have is a tablet, like a cheap tablet that I'm videotaping on. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out how I can do it so you can see everything that I am doing, my hands and everything. But yeah, so I'm going to definitely try and do that. I do a lot of chainmail. I've made full chainmail outfits for my dolls and stuff. So, excuse me, good Lord. So I will definitely, if you guys are interested in the chainmailing tutorial for dolls, then I will definitely make that too. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for putting up with my rambling, for my burps, excuse me again. Just thank you guys for watching, and I hope you like this video. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.